Hello everyone, and welcome to the Information Communication Technology webinar series brought to you by Career Technical Education Linked Learning Department of Los Angeles Unified School District. We are going to start here in about a few minutes. Want to make sure enough people come in so they have time to get registered. So just hang tight and we'll start a little bit shortly. Thank you.
All attendees' hands, but there's
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Information Communication Technology webinar series. You're going to learn what's available for you at the high school level, what you can see beyond that through the LA Community College District, and you're going to hear industry professionals all within the next 2 weeks. Plus, there'll be people answering your questions on the fourth and final webinar. So, why information technology? Why is this so important? Well, there's a flurry of opportunities out there for you that prepare you for college and or career. So you can do both, you can do one, you can do the other. It gives you a lot of different opportunities. We're talking about programming, not just computers itself, not just the desktop or the laptop in front of you, but also on phones. We're also talking about game design. There's networking, setting up wires of networks and setting up systems that people can process professionally and to be able to make sure the systems are running effectively. And finally, if you're really up for a challenge, we're talking cybersecurity. This is something that doesn't just impact companies and small organizations, but this impacts countries as well. It's a big deal. How do we prevent hacking? How do we stop people from hacking into our records? Let's see a little example on a clip from one of the movies now, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Check this out.
Berlin, Istanbul. Any server, any connection, the modern battlefield is everywhere. Which means You don't have to sit in the ditch eating MREs or dodging mortar fire. It means that if there is another 9/11, it'll be your fault. Just as the last one was my generation's. Believe me, you do not want to live with that burden. We're going to start with an aptitude test. Each of you is going to build a covert communications network in your home city. You're going to deploy it, back up your site, destroy it, and restore it again. The point of this exercise is to keep your infrastructure up and running securely. The average test time is 5 hours. If you take more than 8, you will fail.
Hold up. Hold up. Hold up.
Mr. O'Brien? I'm done, sir.
You don't have to tell me when you've completed a stage.
No, I finished the whole thing.
It's been 40 minutes.
38.
What?
38 minutes.
Okay, let's see where you screwed up.
You didn't say we had to do it in order, sir, so I broke the sequence to save time, and I automated the backup process to run as I built the site.
Eyes on screens.
Sir? What should I do now?
Whatever you want.
Okay, so that's what it looks like on an ethical hacker situation. Now, what's the difference between a hacker and an ethical hacker? Well, the ethical hacker is on the side of good. They're actually going ahead and they're preventing hacks from happening, whether it's a government system, whether it's a business or organizational system. They are hired, ethical hackers are hired to find and expose weaknesses of the company that hired them. And then to fix those weaknesses so that the company is protected, the organization is protected, or in this case, the government is protected. You're looking at a snapshot of a screen on Google job lists of an ethical hacker position cyber specialist. It's available right now. And you see the qualifications. They talk about some technical terms. They also talk about 4 to 8 years of continuous work. You see where it says bachelor degree in computer science, information systems, or related discipline. However, interestingly enough, on the next bullet point, it says instead of a bachelor's degree, if you hold one of the industry recognized certifications that it lists, that will work instead of having a 4-year degree. Which will tell you this is the way a lot of companies are going these days. They want to see what you can do with your skill sets, what you bring to the table. And if you have past certifications that show and demonstrate that you can do those skills, then they can hire you. And if you look over to the right on that same screen print, you'll see under the word benefits, the pay range to start off with, depending on your experience, could be anywhere from $81,000 a year to $146,000 a year. And that's a small company. You'll notice on the far left, up near the top left, you see Bank of America also has a listing there. So that's what's possible. Now, what I want you to do is see how this process works. Now, if you do have any questions, I will be providing you an email address, just so you know. Norma, you want to put that email in chat? So keep your eyes out for the chat field. We're going to put an email address in there if you have any questions. That way we can continue with the program, as we got a lot of cool stuff to show you. Matter of fact, 10 years ago, students who were sitting in your very chairs were asked by then President Barack Obama to take an interest in computer science. So I want you to take a look at that and see and listen to what the former president has asked the students that came 10 years before you. I think this question is very valid for you today. So let's take a look at that as well.
Hi, everybody. This week, I'm proud to join the students, teachers, businesses, and nonprofit organizations taking big new steps to support computer science in America's schools. Learning these skills isn't just important for your future, it's important for our country's future. If we want America to stay on the cutting edge, we need young Americans like you to master the tools and technology that will change the way we do just about everything. That's why I'm asking you to get involved. Don't just buy a new video game, make one. Don't just download the latest app, help design it. Don't just play on your phone, program it. No one's born a computer scientist, but with a little hard work and some math and science, just about anyone can become one. This week is your chance to give it a shot. And don't let anyone tell you you can't. Whether you're a young man or a young woman, whether you live in a city or a rural area, computers are going to be a big part of your future. And if you're willing to work and study hard, that future is yours to shape. Thanks, everybody.
So that message came out 10 years ago, and it's still relevant even now. So I want you to take a look at one of the programs that we're offering here, and this is on the west side at Westchester High School near Los Angeles International Airport. Let's take a look at the amazing things that Ms. Oakley is doing in preparing her students for opportunities in career in computer programming.
Teaching this class because I get to see my students' ideas come to life.
This app is called Scratch, and it's basically a basic coding platform.
TinkerCAD is basically an app it's like coding, but in the 3D mindset, where it's not as hard. You can use your mouse, keyboard, and other stuff.
Codio gives us lots of information and tools that we need, first for our AP exam, secondly to build out projects from inside of our heads onto the screen.
Basically, the premise of the game is you try to get the ball to hit the sides as many times as you can. If you hit the ceiling or the floor, your score will reset and it'll turn red. High score counter is just to let you know how far you have ever gotten. Right now, I'm trying to fix problems where the ball glitches through the ceiling and floor.
There are times that I will let you choose the projects or the applications that are interesting to you. So I have some students who are working on projects where they create things on the computer and then they print them out on the 3D printer. It looks like a huge, old television or ginormous microwave. This is where you put the filament. So this one is red. So whatever comes out of this machine is gonna print in red. It's just like a little rope. So you basically design your creation on the computer and then you send it to the 3D printer.
Yeah, something I want to try out to get into the gaming industry. Yeah, that's why I wanted to get into game design to create something where people could hop in and play. Like when I look at like games like Call of Duty and stuff like that, I'm like, how do they get like all this stuff from like this like 2D thing where it's just flat to like interactive 3D and like you can move around everywhere and it's kind of like open world. It just really interests me and I want to make something like that.
I would say to try it because as you try it, it becomes less challenging and you always have to find the chances and find the opportunities to do these things because it's really gonna help you in your future, especially if you wanna go down this path towards software engineering and such.
With these skills, you are able to continue and grow stronger and build software applications that people actually use. You play apps on your phone. A lot of people have cell phones and they play games on their phone. Why can't you be the creator instead of the consumer? I want you to learn how to create those apps. All of those apps start with an idea. It starts with what if somebody should make a game that does this? Somebody should make a program that does that. Who's somebody? You're somebody.
This project really helped me grasp the idea of video games in general.
It's not as difficult as it may seem. Give it a try. You'll find out that it's actually really easy at the beginning and it'll only get easier as you continue.
It's really exciting. It's really fulfilling. I once had a graduating class. They all got their senior jackets, and when they were asked one at a time what they wanted to do after high school, so many of them said they wanted to study computer science or software development, and it just made me so happy. I was so surprised because for me, I am doing my job. But to see a student who comes in with I don't know what I want to do after high school, or I don't know anything about coding or how to use this computer, and they leave with, I actually want to do this, I want to continue this. It's like really awesome. It's really fulfilling. It makes me have a reason to want to come to work every day. It's for my students. It's for my students. It's for those students that just light up when they see something that was in their head and now it's on the screen or it's in their hand. They get excited and that excites me. It's very joyful.
This class has really helped me in my path because without this class, I wouldn't be practicing my code.
Okay. All right, so there's a lot of wonderful things going on in Miss Oakley's class, and she is fully dedicated, and those students really appreciate exactly what's going on there and what she's doing. As a matter of fact, she would normally be talking with us right now, but she's busy getting her students prepared in a dual enrollment class where they're actually working with college instructors. Oh, hi, Miss Oakley. Can you hear me? Let's see. Oh, I hear you a little bit now.
Okay. How about now? You guys hear me now?
A
Awesome.
little bit broken up, but it's coming in.
No. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm at Westchester Enriched Sciences Magnets. We have a great program in our computer science classroom. We work on Scratch programming, which some of you may be doing in middle school. Just really quickly, I'm going to share my screen for a second. Scratch programming is block-based. Basically, I have a cat here on my screen. I'm going to take my block that says move 10 steps. I drag it on the screen, I click it, and my cat starts to move. I can make him move up or down. I can make him change. He can say hello. He can think, He can do whatever I want him to do. My other students have created games here. Let me just give you an example. This is a fish market frenzy in which you press any key to begin and then you go fishing. I don't know why it's not working right now, but that's okay. Here we're gonna go shopping. We're given some money, $5. What can we get for $5? We can get a banana. And let's say I want something for $6. I only have $3 left. Program actually tells me I don't have enough money. And so I have to start over. So my students build apps like this. They do, hold on, let me stop my video. Nope. My share, there we go. Okay, I'm back. So we do 3D printing. We have big machines where students design things and print them out. Instead of on paper, they're using very hard plastic. So I told my students, because I love them so much near Valentine's Day, that I wanted a rose. So they used a 3D printer and they printed a rose for me, right? And I'm just gonna take you really quick to our 3D printers while I'm here in the class. We have a lot of fun here. Our students get to be creative. We have a bunch of students here. Uh-oh, my background is on. My blur. Hold on, let me turn off my blur. All right. So you guys step back a little bit. So we've got students here working on the 3D printer. They're getting it all warmed up. You got something going in here? Let me see. Can I see it? I can't see it. It's a butterfly. Do I have it open? Yeah. Move the computer for me. All right. So can we see in there? We're working on a butterfly. Lots of objects going on. We go on a lot of field trips where they're allowed to print at other studios. We've gone to the Snap office, so they create lenses or the screen filters that you use on your phones. We're all over the place and we have a lot of fun here. I really hope you do this. As you saw in the video, my students said it's not difficult. It looks like it in the beginning, but I really take the time to show you one step at a time, one Lego block at a time, one really fun activity at a time. So whether you choose Westchester or any other school that has a computer science pathway, I promise you it'll be worth it. Whatever ideas you have in your head can come to life and you can create things that people can use in the real world. We all like to create, we all like money, we all like to help people. So come on over, put those skills to use and change the world because you are the next generation that's going to do that. And we need you.
Thank you, Miss Oakley. I appreciate that. All right, so let's go across the city now, and let's see on the east side at Maywood Academy High School, Mr. Bonilla, and let's learn about his program and what his kids are working on right now.
Okay, kind of like this one, where you press the button, it will turn on, except I'm trying to make it so if you press both buttons, then it will turn on.
My name is Mr. Bonilla. I teach here at Maywood Academy High School. I've been here for the last 18 years. We start out with Legos. I really like to build Legos. I think it's a fun thing. And, you know, some people think, oh, Legos are toys, and they are. But it's also engineering. You're doing a lot of engineering.
So this is where it starts. You just start off with the basic pieces in the kit, and then you go through the process of adding the motors, adding the gears.
10 and 11?
I tried 9, 10, 11, 11, 10 and a half.
So do you understand what the pins are?
Yeah, it's like where this is connected.
Right.
To all of them?
Yeah, to the right motor. So which one is it plugged into? So go ahead and run it. There you go, and you got it. And so they build the robot and then they learn basic, you know, motions. And she programmed the robot to move forward there. Here they're using actual electronics. here. These are real live wires, and you can see she programmed that light to switch here. And you can see as it develops, the code gets a little bit more complicated. They're doing more. So there's just so much that they can do. They're learning building skills, engineering skills, and programming at the same time. I mean, this is the same steps that you would do, if you're programming, the competition robot, to building a car, to a surgery robot, any kind of programming that uses motors, which is, if you think about it, your cars, all these different things that use motors, it's going to be the same programming that we're doing here.
The whole point of this robot is to lift up the actual arm and get close enough to actually score a pixel on here.
Here we are. This is where we're competing, the district competition. Let's come check it out.
Zach? Zach. The robot's name is Zach. Zach. She is the human driver. Human player. Yeah.
Like if we would put it in the corner, like around here, that would mark it down as a point.
It's nice to have, the reward of that and being able to, see the kids accomplish things that they want and just kind of tap into that human part of us that, hey, we can create things, we can do this. Like, I think a lot of times you'll see technology, you're like, oh, that's too hard, I can't do it, and it's just great to be able to see them actually, do those things. You're gonna do something like this and see this, what's happening with this code is that it's adding a number.
I think if anything, all you really need to do something like this, if you're interested in it, is believing in yourself. Like, even if you believe that you can't do it, I think anybody could be capable of anything, especially this. I think computer science is something that changed the world forever, So, because it's like, computers are everything now, like a bunch of technology. It's like, I wouldn't say it's taking over the world, but I do think like, it's something that will always be relevant. So I think it's good to learn.
Here at Maywood, it's just, we have that space here where students can be creative, they can kind of find their niche, and we just give them the skill, the beginning skills to kind of, kickstart and go do what they want to do and have fun with it.
Basically what it does is like, more or less, it plays music. You have to code it to play the music, and it plays like little sounds. Like, you could really do anything you set your mind to, if you try hard enough. It takes a lot of things that I like to do and puts it into like one thing. Because it's like, I like music and I like coding, like computer science. And I think that it makes it like easier to put two things that I love into one thing.
I think we're our own little quirky family here, and I think it's a good place for a lot of students, if you're trying to find that, niche for yourself, I think this could be a good place for them, so, yeah.
All right, everybody, please welcome Mr. Bonilla. I think we got an audio there. Let's see.
How about now? You guys hear me?
It's coming a little bit higher. You're getting better.
Uh-oh. Check. Can you guys hear me? Test. No.
Yep.
All right, let me do this.
We're good.
Oh, we're good?
We're good.
We're good? Awesome. How about now? Test. You guys can hear me?
Yes.
All right, great. Hey guys, well, really happy to be here and just share computer science with everybody. We do want you to just kind of pause and think, hey, is this something I want to check out? And today, I know as you're sitting there, you're probably, hey, what's high school going to be like? What are our classes going to be like? And that's what we want to share with you today, just to give you a little window of what the classroom looks like, what it's going to be like. And I really like what Miss Oakley said. Like, sometimes we get intimidated by how hard computer science can be. in high school, specifically with our program, we start you at the basics and then we work our way up. And there's really a lot of support and access points for everybody. So let me go ahead and give you a quick little walkthrough of our class so you can see. I'll get my screen ready here. All right, go. There's my family. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna walk you through the classroom just as if you were coming in. Here's the halls. All right, and we walk in here, and this is what the class looks like. And kind of cool today, the students here, this is the first level, usually it's freshmen, and they're programming. Maybe this looks familiar to you, where you've done some block coding before in your classes. And this is what they're doing. They're dealing with little sprites, making them move. The cool thing is we have lots of access points. You can see we just got some VR that students are trying out. If they get ahead, I'm hoping one day to have VR for every student, but we're just kind of testing out that new technology there. Like Miss Oakley's class, we do have 3D printers. But yeah, we start out with the basics. The final project, and we showed you the Lego robots. I love playing with Legos, but for this class with the final project, we do electronic sewing. And so we make these murals you can see up here. And if you look really closely, there's actually a computer on them and we learn how to program them. And that's the final project. So it's kind of cool, little hands-on creativity and programming. I'll take you on a little walk here. You can see all the students hard at work over here. And then second level, we learn how to program circuit boards. And you can see Kelly here is a 10th grader, and she's working on the circuits here. This one here checks your Riz. So Kelly's going to check to see how much Riz she has. Oh, she has lots of Riz, as you guys can see. And then we have higher levels here too, where you can learn Python. So we offer a couple of AP classes where you can do different things. And you can see we're actually getting into some game program here and some code. And it all starts with the blocks that you can see on the screen, and we get there just in 3 or 4 years. Like we mentioned, we also have a robotics team that we have a lot of fun with. We have lots of different types of robots, the Lego ones, but this is the competition one. I'll show you the code while Adrian gets that ready over there. There's the class again. All right, yes, and there we got some block coding here for the robot. All right, you want to show us what it's got? Great. Cool. And so last thing I just wanted to share too, in our advanced classes, we have some partnerships with Microsoft. We also work with ELAC too. So we do have a dual enrollment. That electronics class, you get college credit and high school credit for you if that's important. But kind of the cool thing in our AP classes, we have a partnership with people, with programmers who are in the industry. We have a guy who works for Roadblocks, and he comes in almost weekly and shows the kids his projects. We have a USC grad student that comes in and helps us out. And so, we just want to give you the opportunity to, try out one of these classes. It's an elective. It's a lot of fun. We make video games, we make websites, and we try to enjoy just learning about computer science. And maybe this is something you want to do with your future. And that's really what we want you to consider. Like, hey, maybe this is something I want to do with my life, and at least give it a try in a fun way. So it's good to be here and good to share with you guys.
All right, thank you, Mr. Bonilla. We appreciate your time on this. And just to let everyone know, let's go on to the next slide. just to let everybody know, this is not something that, well, only certain people can do. It doesn't matter what your zip code is. It doesn't matter what color your skin is. It doesn't matter how thick or heavy an accent is. Anybody can program. Anybody, like President Obama said, if you put in the work and you have some math and science skills to go along with it, you can go very far in this industry. We've come a long way in this country, and this country has become very dependent on technology. I'm sure if you ask anybody who had AT&T phone services the other day, I'm sure they would be able to tell you that. So it is the way of the future. This is where things are going. So programming, cybersecurity, game design, networking, put your attention into it, put your love, put your passion into it. If it's something that interests you, we want to make sure it's available for you. Check with your high schools in the area. If your high school program nearby doesn't offer one, find one that does, or ask the principals and see if they have something coming up. So I hope you enjoyed today's webinar series, and just to let you know what's coming up in the future, in 3 short days, you heard Mr. Bonilla talk about the ELAC, that stands for East Los Angeles College, and they are going to be telling you and showing you what you'll be able to bring to the table when you're done with high school. Should you go that next step in the route of your education, they can help you in the computer science industries in any of these varieties, and you're going to hear specifically about that. Again, 10:50 a.m. It's okay if you log in a little bit early because you will be asked to register. So if you come in at 10:45, we'll be ready to go at 10:50. That'll be this Thursday, February 29th. Yeah, it's a leap year this year. So February 29th is the correct date. And then you also heard Mr. Bonilla talk about industry partners. We have 2 of them who are going to speak to you on Monday, 1 week from today, on March 4th. One of the gentlemen's coming from Cisco. Both gentlemen know each other a long time. They go back a ways, and they couldn't have come from more socioeconomic paths than you would imagine. But their love for computing definitely ties them together. So I think you're going to really enjoy hearing their stories, and that'll be on Monday. And then for those of you anxious to ask questions live, we will open up the chat on the final part of the webinar series, which will be on Thursday, March 7th. And that will allow you the opportunity to ask questions of the panelists. So we're inviting the teachers back, Miss Oakley, Mr. Bonilla. We're going to invite the people from East Los Angeles Community College, and of course the 2 industry professionals. They're all going to come back on the final day, which will be a week from Thursday. So remember, this panel series goes today, which is Monday. It's Monday, Thursday, back-to-back weeks, 10:50 a.m., coming at 10:45. We look forward to seeing you here, and if you have any questions, feel free to email us at the email address that's showing on the screen, or if you're already looking at chat, we'll be happy to get back to you as soon as we possibly can. Thank you, everyone, for coming. I know we said we'd be going to 11:35, but it looks like we're done a few minutes early. So have a good rest of the day, and we look forward to seeing you on Thursday. Take care.
Bye, Miss Oakley. Bye, Mr. Bonilla.